European dragon, the embodiment of evil. The four-legged, two-winged, fire-breathing dragon you know from fantasy novels is actually a late medieval invention. Original European dragons were serpents symbolizing Satan, expelled from heaven. Medieval Christians saw them as the ultimate embodiment of sin, specifically greed and chaos. They didn't hoard gold because they valued it. They hoarded it because accumulating wealth without purpose represented the deadliest sin of avarice. The winged, lizard-like design came later, around the 1200s, influenced by heraldry and evolving artistic style. European dragons were intelligent, they spoke human languages, made strategic decisions, and specifically chose to be evil. Unlike animals acting on instinct, these dragons understood morality and rejected it. The most famous example is Fafnir from Norse mythology, who started as a dwarf. He murdered his own father for cursed gold, then literally transformed into a dragon, proving how greed destroys humanity from the inside out. Chinese dragon, the divine weather god. Forget everything about European dragon. Chinese dragons are fundamentally different. They have serpentine bodies with 4 legs, are usually wingless, and are benevolent creatures that control water, rainfall, and rivers essential for agricultural survival. A true Chinese long has exactly 117 scales, with 81 yang scales representing positive energy and 36 yin scales representing negative energy. They possess antler-like horns from deer, scales from carp, claws from eagles, and a pearl under their chin, granting power to ascend to heaven. Chinese dragons undergo dramatic transformations over centuries. They start as water serpents, then eventually develop scales, grow legs and horns, and finally achieve the ability to fly as celestial dragon. The Chinese recognize 9 distinct types of dragon. Tianlong pull the chariots of God. Shenlong control weather and wind. The Dragon King rules from an underwater crystal palace. Japanese dragon, the wrathful sea serpent. Japanese dragons borrowed from Chinese mythology but evolved distinctly different traits. They possess exactly 3 toes instead of China's 5, associate primarily with oceans rather than rivers, and display far more volatile temperament. The dragon god Ryujin lives in Ruguzhou, an underwater palace constructed entirely from red and white coral, where he controls ocean tides using 2 magical jewels, one creating high tide, one creating low tide. Here's the dark detail. Japanese dragons could be devastatingly wrathful. During droughts, villages performed elaborate purification rituals and offering, believing angry dragons withheld rain as divine punishment for human sin. If rituals failed, some desperate communities resorted to throwing criminals into lakes as human sacrifice, hoping to appease the wrathful serpent beneath. Japanese dragons are slender, serpentine creatures who rule from the depths of the sea. Tiamat, the primordial mother of monsters. Before dragons existed, there was Tiamat, the Babylonian goddess of primordial saltwater chaos from 4,000 years ago, making her the oldest dragon in recorded history. She's described as a massive serpentine creature with the power to birth demons and monsters from her own body. When younger gods rebelled against her ancient rule, Tiamat literally created the first army of mythological beasts, 11 unique monsters, including scorpion men, fish men, and dragon lion. The god Marduk eventually killed using the 4 winds as weapon, trapping her inside a hurricane until she opened her mouth to scream. Then he shot an arrow down her throat that exploded her heart. Marduk split her corpse in half, using the top half to create the heavens and the bottom half to create the earth. Her eyes became the Tigris and Euphrates River. Every dragon-slaying myth that came after traces back to this 4,000-year-old Babylonian story. Ayida-Dahāka, the 3-headed apocalypse dragon. In Zoroastrian Persian mythology, dating to 1500 BC, Ayida-Dahāka represents ultimate cosmic evil itself. This 3-headed dragon has 6 eyes, allowing 360-degree vision, 3 pairs of fangs dripping with poison, and each head simultaneously spits fire, venom, and disease. The hero Faradin couldn't kill him. He was too powerful. When Farad'n struck the dragon with his mace, vermin and serpents emerged from the wound. God warned him not to kill Dahāka, lest the world become infested with these creatures. So instead, Farad'n imprisoned him inside Mount Damavand with magical chains. Here's the terrifying prophecy. Dahāka feeds exclusively on human flesh. According to Zoroastrian eschatology, he remains chained inside that mountain right now, destined to break free at the end of the world. He'll emerge to devour 1/3 of all humanity before divine intervention finally destroys him permanently. Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent creator. This isn't your typical dragon. Quetzalcoatl is a flying serpent covered in vibrant green Quetzal bird feathers, worshipped across Mesoamerica for over 2,000 years. Unlike almost every other dragon in world mythology, Quetzalcoatl was a benevolent creator deity who gave humanity maize agriculture, the calendar system, writing, art, and metallurgy. He represented wind, air, knowledge, and the morning star Venus, serving as patron god of priests and merchants. Quetzalcoatl was betrayed by rival gods who got him drunk, causing him to break his celibacy vow. Ashamed, he sailed away on a raft of serpents, promising to return in the year Xiuhcoatl from the east. When Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés arrived in 1519, exactly the year Xiuhcoatl, later Spanish accounts claimed Emperor Moctezuma Nengun mistook him for the returning god. Modern historians debate whether this actually influenced events or was invented to justify conquest. Ayida-Weddo and Taniwha, the guardian serpent. This West African and Haitian Vodou dragon is a celestial serpent goddess representing fertility, rainbows, fresh water, and wealth. When Ayida-Weddo moves across the sky, she creates rainbows. The rainbow isn't just a symbol, it is her body stretching between earth and heaven. She guards water sources, protects pregnant women during childbirth, and brings prosperity to those who honor her. She's one of the extremely rare female dragons in world mythology, given equal importance to male dragons. In Maori mythology from New Zealand, Taniwha are supernatural dragon-like beings inhabiting deep water. They're morally complex. A Taniwha can be a protective guardian or a dangerous monster, depending entirely on how humans treat them and their territory. New Zealand infrastructure projects still consult with Maori elders about Taniwha territories before construction. Highway routes have been officially altered to avoid disturbing Taniwha layers. The rainbow serpent, the Dreamtime creator. Aboriginal Australians have honored the rainbow serpent for thousands of years, with rock art depicting this creator serpent dating back over 6,000 years, making it one of the oldest continuous religious beliefs in the world. During the Dreamtime, the rainbow serpent slithered across the featureless earth, and everywhere it moved, its massive body carved out rivers, valleys, and waterholes that still exist today. The rainbow serpent is both creator and destroyer. It brings life-giving rain during droughts, but also catastrophic floods when disrespected. It swallowed people who broke sacred laws, and those people can still be seen as boulders in riverbed. Their bodies turned to stone inside the serpent's belly. Different Aboriginal nations use different names: Ngalyod, Ungud, Wanambi, Yurlungur. This serpent created the land itself and continues to control water, fertility, and the changing sea.